Hi friends, I'm Lady Lecter. It's time, as always, to get a cup of tea, or in fact your beverage of choice, perhaps even some snacks. Snack-a-doo. Kick back and relax. This week we're going to talk about making cleansing salt for your jewellery and how to charge your jewellery. Okay, so today we are going to cleanse our jewellery and then we are going to charge it with our intention of what we want it to do. This can be any kind of intention that you want your jewellery to do, something that you want it to do for you. So maybe you want to help it manifest your promotion at work, or maybe you want to help it to get it to help you reduce your anxiety. Anything you want, you can set your intention for. You can do this with any kind of jewellery, so sort of this kind of jewellery. I do this with my jewellery, all of it. Or it could be a stone, it could be stone jewellery. Obviously, if you're working with stones, you're going to want to make sure that you've got the correct stone that corresponds with your desired outcome. Before we start and get into it, perhaps you'll give me a thumbs up for this video. Drop me a comment if you've got any questions about the process and what comes up in the video. Maybe you'll consider subscribing. I like to do all sorts of videos. I like to do things about spell work and magic. I also like to talk about music and clothes and shoes. I like to do all sorts of videos. I don't like to restrict myself to one kind of content because I just like to talk about what's on my mind and what I like to talk about. So if you like this sort of video, or if you just want to come and hang out with me, drink tea, eat snacks, perhaps you'll consider giving me a subscribe. It'll be great to have you around for all the videos in the future. Let's get on with the video, as we have rambled on quite long enough already, and you know me, I'm a rambler. So let's get to our cleansing and charging. I thought we'd hang out in the dining room today rather than the kitchen. I did my beginner spell bottle in the kitchen. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave it linked in the description for you. I just thought it looked a little bit cramped in the kitchen, so I thought I'd come into the dining room. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you like this setup better for this sort of video rather than the kitchen setup, which was in the beginner spell bottle video. Let me know. Okay, we're going to need some things. So we're going to need a container of some description. I've got this glass bowl, okay. I got a pack of 6 of these from a charity shop for like £2, and I just thought they were really nice bowls for offerings or for this kind of thing. So I've got a bowl like that. If you are concerned about knocking it over, because this video was requested and the person who requested it from me said she was worried about knocking it over and getting like all that salt everywhere, you could just use something like this. This is like a mini sandwich box with a lid on it. It's, you know, it's not aesthetically pleasing, but it does the job. Do you know what I mean? We don't have to worry about how it looks. Like, that's got a lid on it and you can just put the stuff in there with the lid, and then if it does knock over, no, nothing happened, you just knocked it over. But like I say, I've got this bowl. I'm going to need a spoon. Again, this is just a spoon from my kitchen, because although those beautiful spoons on Instagram are beautiful, it's not essential. We're going to use some white salt. I like rock salt, but any salt that you've got on hand. So if you've got table salt at home, it does exactly the same job because it is still salt. Salt doesn't become magic by the way it looks. It becomes magic by what you do with it. So we're using the white salt for its cleansing and purifying purposes. Okay. Then we're going to use lavender, and this is for its purification purposes. We're going to use rosemary for its cleansing purposes. And I'm going to be a cheeky monkey and put some cinnamon in it. And cinnamon will just speed up my spell work. Okay, So that's what we're going to use today. Please don't forget to do all your usual spell work. Remember that, like in these videos, I'm just showing you how to put the bowl together. You're not seeing my ritual. So please do remember to ground yourself and protect yourself before you spell work. Okay? You're going to start off. You're going to start off by cleansing all your tools, all the items that you're going to use, okay, including your bowl. I like to do this with smoke, so I'll just get an incense stick. This is patchouli, and I'll just cleanse the bowl, okay? And as you're cleansing it, you're just saying what you're doing as you're doing it. So just cleanse your bowl and then cleanse all your other items that you're going to be using. So once all your items are cleansed, you're ready to get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our salt. Like I say, I'm using this rock salt. I think this was like £1 from Asda. It's not even expensive. But like I say, you can use table salt. It's still salt. It's not a problem. So I'm just going to pour some into my bowl. Okay. That to the side, and then I'm going to set my intention for the salt in the bowl. Okay, so I do this by putting my hands over and stating what I want the bowl to do for me. Okay, but you can do it however you want to set your intention. Okay, that's no problem at all. So I will just do this and just set my intentions so that the bowl knows what it's supposed to be doing for me. And you should have something that looks like that. If you've got nothing else in your kitchen, if you have no lavender, no rosemary, no cinnamon, this is enough, okay? Because salt is a highly cleansing item anyway. This would be enough for you if you have nothing else. So if you don't have anything else but you've got salt, that will do, and you can stop here, okay? However, I have some other things, and you know, I want to, so I'm gonna. So the next thing that I'll do is I'll take my lavender and I put, that smells so good. And I'll put a couple of spoons of lavender into my bowl. And then once again, I'll put my hands over it and I'll set my intentions for what I want the lavender to do. You want to make sure you're using a herb. If you're using herbs or crystals, you want to make sure that they have the correspondences for the work that you want. Because obviously different herbs have multiple different uses, and you want to make sure that you're using the thing that corresponds with the bowl that you're doing, okay? So I'll just set my intention for that. And once my intention is set, I'll give it a stir. And as I'm stirring it, I'm going to set my intention. You can do this in your head or out loud, whichever way you feel. So I just stir the lavender into the salt. I love that sound. I don't know if you can hear that. I really love that sound. And as I'm stirring it, I'm just setting my intentions additionally for what I want the bowl to do. So just give it a good stir, okay? And then I'm going to take some rosemary, pop a spoon or two of that in there, okay? And then I'm going to set my intention again for what I want the rosemary to do. Okay, so I just put my hands over and set my intention I can't speak. Set my intention again for what it is I want the rosemary to do. So whatever the properties the rosemary has that I want, I am setting my intention for that. Okay, and then we give it a mix. And while we're mixing it, we're setting our intention. I really love making salt bowls because I find it so relaxing. I just find the act of making salt bowls So relaxing. Okay, so you should have something that looks like this now. Doesn't it look beautiful? And then we're going to take our cinnamon and do exactly the same thing. I've got this stick cinnamon, but you can get ground cinnamon. You can pick cinnamon up from like the herb oil in your wherever you go to do your weekly shop. So I've got this one, but you can use the ground one as well because it's all cinnamon. It does the same thing. So I'm just going to break this up a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. So whatever property it is that cinnamon's got that I want, I'm going to set my intention for that. Just relax over that process. Just completely relax and just say it a couple of times. Like I say, you can say it in your head or you can say it out loud, whatever you prefer. And just sort of, you're not supposed, this supposed to be not in a rush. You're not rushing to get it done. It's not a job, it's not a chore, it's not like the ironing. We're not trying to get it done really quickly. Just relax into the moment and just completely tell the cinnamon what it is you need it to do, what property it's got that you want. Okay, and then we're going to mix that in. Again, we're setting our intention for this bowl while we're mixing it. And then that's your bowl done. So your bowl should look like this. Okay. I have two of these bowls. I have one in the living room and one on my dressing table. When I take my jewellery off at night, I just pop it in the bowl. Okay. And just pop it in the bowl. It just cleanses it overnight. So when I come to wear this in the morning, this piece of jewellery, it'll be cleansed. So you only have to leave it overnight. Okay, the bowl itself I normally change once a month. You can do it sooner than that if you like. You'll get a feeling for it. If it feels really cloggy and clogged up, you might want to do it sooner than that, but I tend to leave mine 3 or 4 weeks and then I'll refresh my bowls. So I do this once a month. And like I say, your jewellery is just resting on the top of the salt there. Okay, and so I'll leave that overnight and it'll be cleansed for the morning, and I do that every day. Okay, when I take my piece of jewellery out in the morning, I will rest it in my hand. Okay, and I will cover my other hand with it and I will charge it. Charge it just means telling it what you want it to do. Okay, so if you want this piece of jewellery to give you inner calm throughout the day, that's what you charge it with. Just hold it in between your hands and just relax into the moment and just tell the piece of jewellery what it is you need from it in that day. So, you know, I need you to bring me inner peace through this day. I need you to bring me inner peace during this day. And that's how you charge your jewellery. And then your jewellery's ready to wear. I do that with all the jewellery that I wear regularly, because obviously I wear some things on the daily basis, and other things that are just like, you know, costume jewellery that doesn't necessarily have a meaning to me. It doesn't get done, but like for example these serpent earrings that I've got, they get charged, cleansed and charged every day when I've been wearing them because they've got a nice meaning to me. You can do this with, like I say, anything that's got a crystal on it, if it's got a stone in it. So yeah, there you go. There is your cleansing salt, ready to cleanse your jewellery or your crystals. You can pop your crystals in there as well, your tumble stones. Pop your tumble stones in there. You can pop anything in there that wants to be cleansed. And it's good to go. So that is us, and all our jewellery is now cleansed and charged. It's amazing. All your charges of intention are there, and all your jewellery will be working its magical way for you. Guys, it's hotter than hell here today. I hope that you didn't hear too many people mowing their lawns in the background and such, but there's not really a lot I can do about that. That's me for this week, guys. You have a lovely rest of your week, and I shall see you very soon.